Hello everybody! Getting started. Always a moment where I check, is my sound working? I see bars, but let's check. There's nothing like a little bit of inception. There's nothing. I can hear myself. Okay, excellent, that's working. I need to do this. I need to do this. What is that? Oh, it's my mic. I'm gonna show my mic. Cool. I did some work on offline and I'm not sure why, but I don't see it, so I will quickly check. If it was push, because I'm pretty sure I did. Last time I will recap in a few seconds what we did. I just arrived from work and I was setting things up. And I need to check that first. Okay. Not this, the URL shortener. So I think there it is. Okay, it was committed, but it wasn't push. So now we should have it. Now we should do like, there it is. Add storage account and identity, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I want this. Great. So now we'll have a few more things here. Excellent. Excelente. And let's open a terminal.
Bonjour. Hi.
Hello, GT. How are you? I was waiting for you. Are you ready? Go. Booms. I'm the troublemaker today. Happy Wednesday to you too. I was worried that I was landing. But no, only the digital friends. Only the digital friends. Okay, that's great. So I have this. So I think we could do a quick intro, a quick shared, a quick.
Previously on Frank's channel.
Thank you, Jeff. So on Frank's channel, last stream we were working on the URL shortener, and that's exactly what we are continuing to do today. So URL shortener, it's a URL shortener. It's an open source project. We've been working on that for a long time. This is it. Let's put the project in the chat. Come on. And yeah, it's been there. You can have your own copy. The goal is you could just like share links, but instead of like being super long, it takes less space. So it's perfect for social, for a text or something like that. You can deploy it right away today, but when you deploy it will go into the Azure Microsoft Cloud called Azure, and it will go into some resources named Azure Container Apps. Azure Container Apps are great. You can scale, and it's perfect for a small business or a bigger business. But if you're just like a one person, or if you're a community group and your budget is a bit tighter, let's put it that way, we are working on a more, and when I say expensive, I'm talking about $40 a month. US dollar. So it's not crazy expensive. It's just, you know, like it would be nice if we have, maybe we can cut some, I don't need 10 people to be connected at the same time to edit URLs, you know, or if it's slow while we're 10 editing URL, it's fine. What's important is like people clicking on URL that go fast. So, you know, like cutting the important feature or like responsive or whatever, you know, like we're trying to find a more budget friendly way to deploy that on still on the cloud, and we are on a route for that. Hey Daipo, hello. So on the last stream we did successfully deploy. It's not the optimum version right now, but and then some of the resources were missing. Our data storage was missing. So during the weekend, I tried to change that. So what we will do right now is deploy it. And oh no, it will need to redeploy everything because I delete them. I deleted the resources. But if I go into Git Kraken, and if we look the difference, in the main, we can see that it added a storage, URL storage, the table, and like some queue and stuff like that. So it's adding, mostly it was that was done. And just making sure we have access and things like that for the Azure function. So that was change. That was changed. And like it's Biceps file or infrastructure as code, or IaC. You could do Terraform. There's Biceps. There's another one that I always forget. What is it? Chat, help me. What is it? There's Biceps. There's Terraform. And what's the other one? I have Encycle in my head, but it's not that. It's Pulumi. But so right now we are working in Bicep. First draft will be in Biceps. Once we have that, maybe we can try other templates, or like not template, but language, infrastructure as code template. But for now, it'll be Biceps since we are in Azure. I don't know, maybe it's me, or maybe it's the weather, but maybe I've been running too much. Okay, cool. So I need to go in source and then into the budget deployment. So here I have my, where is it? Bicep. So we are in the Bicep. So I have my Azure YAML that says you have to deploy Azure Lite. This is the project. You have to deploy API. This is the project. And you have to deploy the admin website. So that one is really the redirect. And those two are to manage the admin, where you create, delete, and see the statistics of all your URL. So, Dipto, I don't remember seeing you. Are you, what is bringing you here? Where are you based? Where do you live? Okay. So in that folder we have that. Then we have the folder .azure with all the secrets and stuff. So I won't share that. And infrastructure, that's really kind of like the IaC files. So to deploy, what I need to do is easily up. And everything should just magically works. And you need to have a little bit of faith. And it will work. Of course it will work. Whoa, 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 whoa. I found an umbrella. And I miss again from not far. What I have in my bag? I have a bunch of shields. Shield. Let's do that. Use shield. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, so deployment is going good. It's deploying right now the resource group and storage account for the function, the storage account for our data storage or database, but I'm using Azure table storage, so it's super budget friendly. Let's go in. Wow, has that been so long that I don't remember the portal URL? So now can go here and we can go budget URL shortener. Voila. You can see here the resources are getting deployed. I'm excited. Hopefully it works so we can start working on some feature. We had some people and I want to set up some rules so like the triage will be faster, because like, though it was on an account that for me was it was impossible to set up tools, and I had issue like changing things. So now that it's on my account, I will set up like a triage that will run constantly and like bunch of jobs and stuff, so like it progress faster. And now AI is here. Like 2 years ago, AI wasn't there really. We're just getting started. It was a smart intelligence. Things go fast, right? Look at that, Freda jumping by herself. And the real sturdy butt landed. Here. Oh, is it done? Oh, no, okay, it's still. Okay, now the resources are created. Now it's redeploying the stuff. Excellent. Hey Azure ACB, what color is Azure? CB is slow. And it's not like so much was running on my computer. It's done. Let's bring the task manager here. Where should I put it? Just want an idea of like how busy the computer is. Voila. Yeah, friend, Azure definitely stand for blue, matching those cloud and daily or emphasis are 31. Okay, cool. So now we have different URLs. So let's try the admin website. If we go here and we go there. Oh, interesting. Great. If we go here, let's go dev. Nope. Okay. Look at that, it is working. Isn't it beautiful? So now we go copy it, and obviously it won't work in terms of like this. Right now it's trying to do fboucher.ca because that's the name we put in our domain. I should have show up a little bit more. In our deployment, the config file last stream, we set up the name for the domain. So now I would have to set up the domain. Obviously I won't do it because like we're just testing it. But if I do that, it won't work. But if I put the link of the URL, if I go here and the endpoint for, I think it's this. So I think if I do this, oh no, yeah, if I do, I'm on Linux rank, Control Shift, and then I go here and I do this and I paste this code. I think we should land, and it's even working, but just we don't have a domain yet, so that's the thing. So the URL shortener is working. So now that we used it, if we go into the statistics, we should see we have 1 click. It's all working. I love it. It's amazing. Where's my sound effect? Indeed, it is so fantastic. I'm so happy now that we have that. So much is possible. So right now, wait a second. Oh, let's refresh. Okay, I was like, that's missing a lot of resources. Okay, so right now, it is deploying 2 app service, but it should be on the same service plan. And so let's validate that. So a service plan, think about it as like your VM. So like it work with the same resource, it's share, and it's perfect because those 2 services, one is the API, the other one is the front end. So they really work kind of like together. But what I was looking for is to use sidecar. And that's when you can deploy 2 containers on the same app service. And that way you can protect one, because we don't want the API to be accessible. Right now, if you use the URL directly of the API, paste it, and like your URL, you could query. We don't want that because we don't want people to mess with your URL, right? So we want some kind of like protection, security. So with the sidecar, what I read was we could make one that is not accessible through the web, but just through that first one, and then like we could use authentication so it's locked. So service plan is not display. Can I? Why am I, man? Domain? No. URL? No. Subscription info? Okay, so service plan here is ASP 5V and it's the B1. If I go to the other app, it's also 5V, what? 5V HB. Yes. Okay, so that's good. And the Azure function, it needs a different service plan because it go with the resource. What are you making? Hello! Thunder C. We just deploy a URL shortener, and right now I'm just making sure that what we had in mind was what was deployed, because we already had a way to deploy it, and it works like a charm. But the deployment. The resource that use is like more beefy, like so it costs more. So this setup costs less, and I want to go a little bit chunk more tight, so it will cost even less. But I just want to make sure that this middle step right now is working. So like right now what I'm making is, well, the thing was already made. So we made it's a URL shortener. So take a long URL, make it short, and yeah, so we're deploying that into the cloud. What brings you here? What's up on your side? This is empty. Okay, so that works, and I was looking the Azure function. So Azure function, yeah, it's a different one. Okay, so this is all great. Let's hide that again. So now we have the storage. So one thing we could do is have a look to the storage. So see here we have 2 storage. If I zoom, this is a storage account, that little icon, and this is another account. This storage is where the code of our Azure function will sit, because Azure function is a serverless app. You put the piece of code, every time there's a call, then, you know, fetch the code, execute the code, and just drop it. So this is where the code is. This one, that's the piece that was missing. This is our database, our data storage. Let's expand that a little bit so we can explore it. We'll just unzoom for now. Now we can go blob service, but we don't use necessarily blob service, but we use table, data storage, tables. So now we have the click stat and the URL details, and I could go and navigate to those. Can I explore? I don't, because permission setup, excellent. Though I think, I'm not sure if I have installed it. Yeah. No, that's not the button I was looking for. Yeah, so if I do this and I do Azure, I don't have it, right? I'm not sure if I have it on, yeah. Oh, is there an extension in VS Code? That would be the best, I think. That would be the best. Oh, look, there is. Excellent. I'm not sure if it's up to date. Oh, 5 months. I wonder if I will be able to. Yeah, and I want to browse it. If I go here, do I have the extension Azure? I have Azure. So I have different resources, I have workspace. I think we deploy here, right? Can go in the other corner so I'm not hiding anything. Azure storage account. And ooh. Okay, I need more details. How about the name? So it's 5VH. 5VH. So it's this one. So look like we didn't have the extension. Let's install it. Cool. So now we have the extension. So this is low. It's tiny, eh? I can zoom it. So now I enabled the extension, so now we have it. So now we could go in table. So we should see our 2 tables. So if I click here, do I see anything? No, I guess I need to right click maybe, delete table. Oh, that's sad. So it's not, I cannot see or anything, just to manipulate them. Oh, I'm a bit disappointed. Explore, create. Why don't I have all those? So browse the static web app. That's not what I was looking for. Okay, otherwise we could try to Azure Storage Explorer. We don't need that though, but let's see if I can quickly install it. So I guess the problem will be Omarchi. So if I download, let's go for a tar. So Storage Explorer, let's try to see if we can find that. So if I do this, this, and I do install, and I go for or a package. Let's search for a package first. So storage. No, okay. No plus, okay. So let's then try this, install. Let's go for or storage dash. No, if I do, oh, I have Storage Explorer, Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer. That's exactly what I want. Excellent. Let's download it live as we stream. We don't need it necessarily today, but the thing is, if I want to validate that the migration, someone who already have the project would like to migrate the stuff, if I want to validate that work, we'll have to have the storage to make the migration. Code by mistake landed. Fantastic. So now, well, okay, so we have that, so we can close it. So here we can cancel. I don't want you, after all. So now, if I go, let's say here, I can Microsoft Storage Explorer. Yay! I guess I need to go into my secret mode over there. Accept. Now we'll go into secret mode. It's so tiny. Can I make it bigger? It's very, very tiny. Zoom in. Ah, there, come on, a little bit more. Control plus. So much better. Yes. I want to sign in to Azure. Yes. Authentication completed. Click 5 times. It's just like, did you click? Did you click? Did you click? Yes. Okay. So I think it's here. Try again. Looks like I did something wrong to log in. Okay, so that worked. This tenant is currently filled out. Lose the tenant configuration. Okay. Just want to feel like there's a lot of like my personal email that are, hey, Sturdy Dev. There's a lot of stuff that is exposed right now. I'm just trying to so unfilter, I guess. And
Hi.
the third one. How are you, sir? How things are going? Okay, I think we got it. Let's go back in. No, in this mode. Yeah. So have it. So we were in this one. How was your week, Sturdy? See, the tables are here. The tables are here. So now if we go URL details, we can go here. No data to display. How come this request is not authorized? Oh yeah, because I don't have the permission. Can I quickly do the permission thingy? Oh man, it's great. They improve so much. Get a share access signature. Can I do that? Great. Okay, can I use it now? Boolean, hello. How are you? Did you raid and I didn't notice? No, you came alone. Okay. How are you, Boolean? I'm at Mum's this week while my sister and her family are away. Good boy. No worry. No worry. Oh yeah, it's true. If you do exclamation point bonjour.
Hi. How are you today?
Voila. Sturdy Dev is everywhere. Exactly. Oh my goodness. So we deployed the resources. Everything worked correctly, so that's great. Security is set correctly, so that's good too. So now I can show you quickly since you just joined. We deploy, we have tons of resources. If we go in here, the budget URL shortener, it's here. I landed 96, da, 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 da. And everybody just landed, so I'm not good, just like everybody. I'm not special. We'll wait for those things to vanish. Well, you can see the type, so we deploy all of that with AZD up and just like everything deploys. So now we have a URL shortener. It's working here. See, we have our URL shortener. It's there. Like we created one URL and we can go check the statistics. We have one click. Right now the URL is not that short because I didn't map a domain name, but that's kind of okay. But it's all there. Could change the color, I could change a bunch of stuff. We have some information, so it's working. So now we could deploy, no, but I want to push that. What should I do? Because that's not bad. No, it's not great because I need to use the other. I mean, No, it's not safe. Maybe for some it could be good enough because like who will guess this URL? But I want some login and I don't want the API to be accessible. So we need to lock that out. Yes. Cool. Everything is set up correctly. So, JT is using the sunstone, and the potion, and everything. Oh, interesting. So you could use back to back, and you didn't have a cooldown? Interesting. So, Boolean, what are you working on these days? I forgot what you were working on. I think, no. I know I saw you after you were working on something, but the last stream I remember, like what you were doing, you heard like a noise on your roof and you were trying to understand what it was. You're trying to get the poop shovel, the mud shovel. But yeah, it looks totally like that. You mean you're trying to have this? To cover my entire screen of mud? Yeah, a lot of people were also thinking that it must have been Santa. Now I heard a big boom on his roof and he was trying to understand what happens. I think that's what he was doing last time, but it's been a while. Like I saw him stream 2 or 3 times after that, at least, and that's the time I saw him and like stand by and like maybe he was in the middle of like something, and so like, you know, when you just jump in the middle of a stream sometime, like you don't know what's happening, or like maybe it's a game or a shuffle or something. So I forgot what he was doing. So, Serdi, like, is your mom far from your home? No, I don't think so, right? Because sometimes you say you start watching the stream from your mom's house. Am I in the living room? Should I check around? Hello there. A pace, like a step, or it's a different unit of measurement that I don't know. The bomb. Bye everybody. Damn, everything exploded. I lost my screen, and I even vanished. Oh my god, what was that? Okay. Carpet. Yeah. Notification. What's a notification? Enable application inside. Yeah, no. Okay, so now we have this. It's working. how? Okay, that's great. It's I'm so happy it's working. So I guess how can I? Oh, maybe I could just do a branch from that branch. My point is like, well, now we are experimenting on something I have no clue because I never try. I don't know anything about this sidecar, so I want to be able to roll back. So I think if I do, because in my head I was like, oh, it will just tag it, but a tag like it's an official thing. I don't want to tag necessarily, or do I? No. So let's create a branch from here. So, oh, and I start using Kepler also, and it was pretty cool. Sorry, Dev, did you watch the eclipse? There was an eclipse for you today, right? I think, or is it not covering where you are? Come on, why can I not see create a branch? I'm not sure like how. Let's I want to make sure I have the name the proper name. I'm not sure if it's sidecar or sidecar. It's sidecar. Whoa. You clip the... Was it you or was it the cryptographer? I like that you could see a little bit of like the wallpaper of my computer when it shakes. It's a good one. I like it. Oh, it was the eclipse was the disappointing. It went big dark, not as dark as I went. No, but it's like, was it like a full eclipse? We had that 2 years ago here, I think. Yeah, I was working at Microsoft, so 2 years ago, and it was weird. Like it was like for a partial for you. Okay, a full last 2 years ago. It was a full here, and wow. Like I mean, it wasn't dark, but because the sun is still there, so it kind of bleed, still. But the light is very strange and stuff, and like it become very like all the birds and stuff just kind of like it was really special. In 90s you saw one and it was darker. Temperature dropped too. Yeah, the bird, well, like it's like beep 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 beep. Beep. Then it's bring. I don't know, it was pretty cool. Okay, so it's sidecar like that. Tutorial. Configurer the sidecar. When did I switch? What? Okay, no, it's in English. Why did I see French? I was like, why it's in French? Oh, but that's container app. We don't want container app. Yeah, it's still very, you know, it's just like, it's still something. It's very special anyway, because, you know, when you think about it, it's just like, yeah, just like, you know, moon is going between us and the sun, yeah, but then it's something. Okay, so let's go here. Let's create that new branch. So were you alone? Did you take picture? Like, I was listening to a guy this morning at the radio. He went to Greenland. Oh, like, it's not true. No, Iceland. He lived there, and he was on Iceland, and on the volcano and stuff. He doesn't live on the volcano, but he went on the volcano at the west to maximize his change. But it was very cloudy, so he wasn't sure. Yeah. I order special glasses to be able to look, and special filters so I could take picture with my camera. I had like a big zoom setup and stuff, and they went out of stock, and I received it the next day. So during the event, I couldn't really look at the sun. I couldn't really do the picture, otherwise it would have damaged my camera. I was like, and the next day I received that and was like, okay, stuff that I won't use. I still have it, but, you know, it's not every day. Cool, deep dive. In 2024, we announced the GA. Oh, so it's already GA, man. Oh yeah, but you know, yeah, okay. You know what? I'm very tempted to just ask Copilot if we could switch it. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see what you can do, Sir Copilot. Let's open this. Enjoy 10% off May code on Flash. End of August. What's May code? Oh, it's Microsoft AI? Okay, let's try it. Okay. In this folder, I have the deployment setting to deploy my entire solution, and it works great. But right now, it deploy in two individual app service. I would like you to change that, so instead of deploying in two app service, to deploy in one app service using the Azure App Service sidecar. And I'm wondering, should I put some references? Let's try that first. Everything is checked in, so if I'm not happy, I can always roll back. Yeah, so today for fun at work, I start using Kepler. And I liked it. I had a bunch of questions. I think it's still in preview, so like documentation was not great, but then I went on the Slack and someone asked exactly the same question as me, so I was like, oh, perfect. What is that? Loading anti-gravity? I didn't ask for anti-gravity. Why are you losing anti-gravity? I mean, I'm happy you're there, but so I like I was thinking the Kanban, and I had that thing. For example, here, let's make it bigger. Oop, not that big. So that's a Kanban, right? So, and right now you could see that it's even disconnected. So why it's not done, why it's still there. And for me, it was like, okay, I create some task, and after that I was like, okay, I want it to run all at the same time and stuff, and like do things. So I start doing things, and it went all in deployment and development, and then it stopped being idle, and I was like, okay, like let's move in review, or why it's not moving in review, and I couldn't move them, and I was like, why? And it's really based on the GitHub issue. So, you know, since it's Git, so it wasn't in review, there was no code review, and it's set to done. So it's very well explained into the person who explained it into the Slack message was very clear. So I wonder if there's doc that I missed, but yeah. So it was nice. And after that, I saw yes, indeed, it's a great jump. And after that, I don't think I installed it here. Yeah, I need to check if I could install it here. After that, I saw Scott and Cement. Do you watch the podcasts on YouTube? I know you all spend all your day on Twitch all the time and only, right? But if I search for, I don't go often on this with this account, Enselman. Scott Enselman. Scott and Mark, Lauren. Do you watch this? I think it was that one. So, and this one, I won't play it so I don't get anything, but yeah, close to the middle. Scott show the GitHub Copilot app and like what he does with it and like the like things like that. And since this app exists, I was like, nah, I'm fine with the CLI. I'm fine with that. But now I was seeing that, I was like, oh, that looks good. So I don't know if I can have it on this computer. I guess yes. So I will share the link in the video. In the video of the link. I will share the link. Damn, one day, Frank, you will be able to talk. Words. I don't have horses like. Oh no, I didn't mean this way. Let's do it then here so people on YouTube can also have it. So anyway, pretty cool episode. I liked it, so I need to install it and check. Is it because my model is my model is getting throttled? So anybody's watching that that show? It's a good one. You should. While this is happening, let's try to see if so. GitHub Copilot. Right? So download for Linux. GitHub Copilot Linux. Let's try to go install, or I'll go for a GitHub Copilot. Interesting. So I guess it's been this one. No, that's CLI. Whoop. So if I go bin from here, yeah, desktop application. Hey, Nalian! I do when the topic seems interesting, but they have, yeah, indeed. But you know, so today the topic for me, I forgot what they were talking about. I was trying to I was curious because you know, I talked to both of those men and they are very interesting to talk with. Just want to type my password so I don't say it out loud because I'm really bad at multitasking, and so I'm always curious to see like how they come, and like they're both brilliant and they try different things, and I like the way they explain things. I feel often I have partially the answer they have, and then they just put the piece of puzzle that was missing in my explanation or something like that. So you know, even if the topic doesn't interest me, and I think the topic of today, I think it was not, I forgot what it was initially because I wasn't paying that much attention at the beginning of the episode, but then Scott show like Copilot thing, and it was cool. And even like Mark was sharing how he was making Doom, the game, in Microsoft Paint. So every frame is on the fly paint, so you could play Doom inside Paint. And he had fun creating all, like using AI, making a Star Wars. So the Dead Star. I was trying to translate the word, the name of that thing, because I know my Star Wars mostly in French, at least the old one. So like you could play Doom, but it's Star Wars, and it's in Paint. Not like painting, but the application Paint, Windows Paint. Anyway, so I like it. Last episode was about how they managed to make Zoom It, but for Mac. I like it too because it went over some explanation, like what went well, how some particular things were done, and things like that. So it was cool. Any favorite Nalian episode that you watched that for you was like, oh wow, that's cool? One where they discuss how the next generation of developer will learn in this. Yeah, that was also very interesting. But they had many explanation. There was a discussion at some point where they were talking like the difference between someone who has no clue how to code. My wife, she's brilliant, but she doesn't know how to code. So like if she build an app, like vibe coding, and the difference between if I vibe code something, and they were saying like it's more like if we were sculpting, like kind of like removing, and they were taking the words of Leonardo da Vinci, where he say like I remove everything from the block that wasn't David, or something like that. Like you're removing stuff and you're sculpting your app. Like the app is there and just kind of like curving and removing all the stuff until only the app stay. Because we know how it works. But yeah. Before I look, please, because you delete the app I want to keep. That's me. I can script, but I keep bouncing off coding for years. That's why I stick to infrastructure. Oh, so you must love what I do these days with the infrastructure as code. Infrastructure as code. Now with AI, then though, you could do a lot because you know a lot of things. How like things should, you know the basic, you know the logic, you know some security, you know the gap. You have some tech skills, so. That's the thing why I prefer like running with the CLI. I could just go, hey, yeah, go crazy, and yeah. I'm not sure. Oh, it's a Flash model. Maybe I should have not said yes. Yeah. I'm lucky enough I can do. I used to be able to do both. But it's been a while since I played. Like for 2 years, I didn't play much in Azure at all. So, and now I'm trying to not get back to it, but use AI. So instead of like doing it and kind of like learning, because like I'm writing those biceps file and stuff. Now it's like like there's a layer between me and production. So I feel like I go faster maybe, but I don't learn it, I feel. And I don't like that part. I get it that it's useful to use AI. But yeah. But just like, you know, bread makers, how do you call that in English? Bread maker? People who are doing bread, the bread. In French is boulanger. I forgot what it is. Like, you know, now they use machine to make bread because it's like way more productive to do that. But you can still find a baker, yeah. But you can still I make my own bread and so like every week I bake 4 breads. Loaf of bread every week. But obviously we could buy them. It will be probably cheaper. Not sure if it will be cheaper, but it will be much easier. What have you changed? I think I will change the model. For some reason. Yeah, let's try again with like another model. Let's revoke all that. Not revoke, discard. Okay. Let's open a new page here. Let's go here. Let's take my message, space it here. We'll rework the message. Okay, in this folder, I have a deployment setting to deploy my entire solution, and it worked great. But right now, I deploy. Okay, so in this folder, I have the deployment setting to deploy my entire solution, and it worked great, and it worked, not great, it worked. But right now I deploy the website admin with its API, is it? Like this? It's yeah. It's raining. Okay, let me reread this and we'll flush that. And we'll say, no, don't use this, even if it's cheaper, use auto. And okay. So in this folder, and I'm pointing the budget deployment, I have deployment settings. I have deployment configuration. Oh, infrastructure as code to deploy my entire solution. And it worked. But right now it deploys the web. I don't know why I have like such a space. It deploy the website admin with its API in two individual app service. It would be better if they were deployed in the same app service using sidecar. I would like to have the API not reachable from internet, like with a Docker Compose setup when the backend container is only accessible by the front-end container. Here, admin is the front-end and API is the backend. Should I put the documentation page? It's part 1. I know it's more expensive, but let's do that. No. Okay. Cool. So now we have it. Let's remove this, and let's do that. And hopefully everything works. That would be cool if it works, and Friday we could start working on issue. I know we have already, like we had, there's a PR that looks perfect. I'm just waiting because like I'm in the middle of something, but oh, that first time contributor, that's cool. So Michael did something, so just, oh, whoa, did you had a bunch of stuff? You added that into your oh dude, you added the oh no, why did you do that? Yeah, you forgot, buddy. Because I'm still not sure if I want to do with Untra or if I'm doing Keycloak. Oh no. Do I have emoji or something? How do I have emojis? I should have emoji. Why don't I have emoji here? Mention. Slash command. I have. Voila. Okay, so now, how's our Copilot is working? Excellent. Let me check more details. Woo, 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 woo. So many people. So many people. Oh, my wife is arriving. My wife is landing at home. Can hear her walking around. Maybe I should save this. Maybe I will need it again. You know what? Let's do that. That's more like it though. I feel like I'm not sure if the output will be better, but earlier it was a little bit too fast. I was kind of like, yep, this, and I'm not sure. Maybe it was good enough. I don't know. Okay, so if we go, so that's our web browser. So if I go here, can I have now GitHub Copilot? Yeah, there it is. GitHub Copilot. I set up a new camera and it's looking at me. So sometimes I'm looking at it, but it doesn't work for some reason. Not sure why. What is that? GitHub, the fastest way to move from ID to merge. Sign in. Let's go into secret mode. Ooh, this is tiny. This is big. Man. One screen is what? You said you put it in the clipboard. You have like, hey, click here to have it in your clipboard. I did it. Okay, now it's in my clipboard. Let's see if it's true. Okay, now it worked. Maybe I went too fast away. Authorize. Now I need the app. Use GitHub Mobile. I'm all set. Great. This is very petit. Wow, that's better. Add local repository. Yep, I'm adding this one. I'm adding this one. I'm adding this one. I'm adding this one. Select the what? Select from GitHub. Oh, this is good. There's no. Oh, I want to share with you. I forgot, sorry. Let's go here. So I'm picking my team now. Okay, so this is still running. So what theme should I go? Should I go orange? I think we need a different color. I think that's cool. Brownish. Any thoughts? Monochrome? Nah. I think I will go with oh, that's cool too. Azure. That's a pack. What was that? It's kind of. Is it a strategy? Sturdy dev, like you make them. Oh! Is Jeff had that? Found a shovel. You didn't find any shovel, did you, GT? Cryptographer also found a shovel. The beanie found a shovel. I think Chris today has like a super event. So now I'm hesitating between the Noctis Azurus or the orange. I think I will go. I like blue, so I will go with this one. And it's raining. It's raining. Oh, did I make it too big? Yes. It's collecting information and now it's ready. Look at that. Oh, it was moving. Cool. So you could do sessions. You could do a lot of things with it. You could chat. You just say I want to chat with you, and that's cool. You could do some automation. I'll have to sorry. Look like I'm getting tired after all. Oh, and I think I already had like a note of that, but I will do it again. That's it? That's all you have? That's better. I know you can do it. Push. Come on. If Clark Hill could see that. Oh, it's not fart. It's mud. It is mud. M-U-D. Is he done? I look like he is. Okay, what have changed? Docker file. What? You created a Docker file? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned the Docker Compose thing. Multi-stage. Oh, because it needs to compile. Whatever. Okay. You're changing a lot of things. Oh, so we cannot deploy. Well, I mean, it could be even better. So you could do AZD provision. Okay, that's I'm not reading it. So remove the API, no longer sound gonna make sense. It created this script. Let's just it create a script. Use AZ Azure Container Registry build. Oh, because now I need. Oh, that's the thing. Maybe I'm saving, but like I'm adding the cost of our Azure registry. Do I need that? Could you use my own image if I publish that, let's say on Docker Hub? And if you want your own image because you tweak something, you want to change your color, then you could do a. Okay, that's a note. Important, first time deployment note. Since you're changing app service plan Windows to Linux, Azure can't update an existing service plan across. Before running AZ provision, delete the old plan in the portal AZD run and then reprovision. Okay, so
Yay!
Fred had a cat landed 65. That's a good score. So it created like a. Oh, that's a Docker ignore. What? Where did you create your stuff? So hook. Okay, so now there's a Docker file. Okay, why did you not use .NET? What this script does. Okay, let's accept those so like the thing goes away. Do this, I could do that. Now if I look here, I will have the changes. So it did add a Docker ignore, that's fine. It did modify the Azure YAML hook. After the infrastructure is provisioned, and I should, while we are in the terminal waiting, go into SRC and then budget and do AZD down. Okay. And this, okay, it changed. It's Linux. Okay. I want to read that deployment script. So, deployment script. Build API container image. Okay. Script there, CD there. Okay, web app restart. Okay, that's the Docker file and the resource. So, okay, here it is, my Docker container registry. I wonder. Yeah, we'll have to try it. Oh yeah, the AZ down didn't work because the biceps file and the Azure YAML file is not the same anymore. Oops, oopsie. So I guess I need to delete. I need to delete it manually. Whoa, why does that? That was weird. I want to go into the resource group. And you know what? I think I'll pause there. I think it's a good time to wrap up, and next stream we'll try this new infrastructure. Maybe I can try to deploy it before the stream, so when we start the stream, like it's already there, and like we just validate if it's working. Maybe then Michael will already have split his PR. I know he pinged me on Discord this morning, or yesterday. So if we have that, then we can merge his stuff already. You know, we'll be making progress. Oh, we still have the authentication, so I need to check that, also what he did. And the one thing I don't like in our current setup that was just made was, I think he, oh no, that's the previous one. In this version, nothing changed. Okay. Okay. In the previous, when we run with the Microsoft AI MIE model, it changed the program, the way Tiny Blazor admin found his API, his API and stuff. I didn't like that, so now I think it's better. Cool. Jeff, I push it here. Oh, that's cool. You're dropping. I want to do that too. Do you have a potion? It looks cool. I didn't have any potion. I don't have a potion, but I had an admin, so I could do it. A little bit late. A little bit late. That's perfect. So we'll be able to wrap it up. And yeah, so the resources are getting deleted. That's perfect. Come on. I'll have to finish that another day. That it was pushed. We can close that. So now what we need is to wrap up the stream, look at our notes, our score and everything. That's happening here, Frank. I need to stop it just like this. Boom. So today it was the stream 441. We work on the URL shortener. You can find the link just here if you're interested. It's an open source project and we accept collaboration. Contribution, that's the word I was looking for. So today I'm the winner of the game, the drop game, the parachute game, because I score 96. And in the human, we have GT, who made his way up to 80. That's pretty good. And after that, there was a lot of digital friends. We have Nalian, I didn't see you try a lot though. That's fine. There's a little bit of everything, so everybody has fun. So no obligation, don't need to chat. You could lurk, you could be active in the chat, you could just play, you could just, as long as you're nice with the others, I'm always happy to have you all. So the best score today was Copperbird. The biggest loser was 30dev, I don't know why. Luckiest was Copperbird, and the super participant was Undefined Process with 17 drops. I shared the notes, so you will find all those show notes, stream notes on behindmycloud.com. But there was the Scott and Mark episode where they talk about the Copilot app, that's pretty cool, and the sidecar application that I share. So that's it. So let's hide that now. Boom. I think we were just a few. Well, we're 7. My rule says that if we're more than 5, then we raid. So we should. You like? Cool. I'm happy you like it. Sorry, Dev. So why did you not answer when I asked like 12 times earlier? Huh? Why? So who should we raid? Is Boolean streaming? Well, he is. Let's pay him a visit. What do you think? I was busy getting a drink. Okay, it's fair. Whatever. Ask again next week. Not next week. Friday, my friend. Friday. Did you forget I also stream on Friday? Oh, that was a fantastic stream. Thank you all for being with me today. It was nice. It will be working. Oh, okay, that's fine. It's true. It will be in the morning. True. But yeah, so thank you for all being with me. We'll go raid Mr. Boolean. Be nice, and I will see you on Friday for those who can. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Bye, everybody, and I go into my end.